What's up? My name's JP. I'm in Neutral Snap. I play guitar, and this is all the gear we used in the studio for our EP. Start off with, this is my daily player guitar. This is my G&L Custom Shop Fallout. Total workhorse. Love this guitar to death. This is my favorite. This is really what we kind of use for a lot of the main parts. This thing, I don't play it much on the road anymore. It's a little heavy and it doesn't have the neck that I really like for what we do live. Plus, having one pickup definitely limits a lot what we do during our shows. But in the studio, it's unbelievable. It sounds great. You're gonna see my vintage Supro later, and this thing through that sounds like Led Zeppelin 1. So cool. Love this so much. This guitar did a lot more for the clean tones that we did. This is my Jazzmaster. This is not a custom shop. This is a regular one. But I based most of the specs of my custom shop off of this one, because I loved the neck on it. The neck profile feels really good. It's just an absolute workhorse. I only own G&L guitars. They are fantastic. Love them so much. But that's not all we use, for the record. Your boy Rob has some super cool guitars, mainly this Telecaster right here. And if you look at it, it's got an Evertune bridge system. This thing is unbelievable. It stays in tune no matter what. It's like perfectly in tune. We do all the stuff that rings out a lot because it's never out of tune. It's kind of crazy. We also use this one a lot. This is Rob's personal guitar. I believe it's a 93 SG. This thing is so cool. It's so beat up. It's got so much history to it, and it just sounds fantastic. So this was a really fun one to use. And if you come over here, you see the amp section. This is kind of what we've been working with when we did all of our scratch tracks and everything, and for the really high gain over the top stuff, we use this Kemper. This is one of the main amps we've been using. This is my amplifier. It's made by Webb Amplification. Shout out Paul Webb at Bywater Music. You're the man. 18 watt, basically hot rodded Marshall, and I've just had it cranked the whole time. It sings, it sounds fantastic. And we've also been using, this is Rob's personal amp. This is a Sovtek MiG 50. This thing is super cool. They used to be really unpopular because they don't have much of a drive. It's just like a very compressed clean tone. But this thing is such a good bass tone for building tone off of, because you can put whatever pedal, and as you can see this table right here, we have so many pedals. That thing, each pedal's alive. So we've been using a lot of pedals while we've been here. Typically the main tone of all the rhythm stuff consists of either going directly into the amp or this Soul Food into the MiG 50, which sounds great, but for lead tones we've really been experimenting. This thing is super cool. I don't know what it is, but it has all these crazy modulations on it. Most notably, we've been using like a rotary effect that has some really cool kind of, I would say, like Primus lead sounds, which I think is pretty neat. Micropog, super cool, all the octave stuff. This delay pedal helped us get some gnarly tones for the ends of one of our songs. And what's cool, what we'll talk about on the record, is the swells you hear at the end of it. We didn't plan for them to be in time. We were just recording it and they happened to be perfectly in time. Awesome coincidence. This one is, I think, an overdrive. Yeah, this one, just to, further sculpt any distortion, heavy tones we were getting. The amps pretty much covered all of it, but there were a few lead parts where we really wanted to tweak it and make sure it all sounded cool. So, basic stuff. And then, again, shout out Webb Amplification. Death Whistle Fuzz plus the boost. We only used it for some lead tones. It wasn't quite what we needed for that low, the crunchy punk low end. This thing's wild. It has so many cool sounds. You can fucking see God on it. It's crazy. Let's go look at the amp room. This is the cabinet that Paul Webb built for me. It's loaded with two 12-inch speakers. The top is a vintage 30 and the bottom is a creamback. It has such great tones. It really pushes that mid-range crunch, but not where it's just an overtaken mid-range sound. You get a nice full frequency effect from it. Crazy microphones on it, don't know what they are, but super cool. I see the 57, it's kind of all I know. This is my vintage 1962 Supro Bantam amplifier. It does have a mod on it where there's a ground. I shocked myself way too many times when it wasn't. And it's a really cool way to kind of get this old amp, you know, to get that real vintage feeling. But it hits so cool. Such a fun sound. It's very neat. That's all the stuff I used.